wasn't completely clogged with shoppers and took it, grabbing stuff from the shelves as she went. She no longer cared if she spent a fortune or if her ingredients would even come together into something palatable. She just wanted to get out of there with food and enough of it that she wouldn't have to come back anytime soon. A bargain bin of toothpaste near some canned goods had her thinking there needed to be a federal law that all grocery stores employ the same layout. This place made no sense. She paused at the end of the detour aisle, wondering if the store sold wine, and if so, if she could drink it while waiting to check out. When Grady had asked her to apartment sit for him, 2 weeks hadn't sounded so bad. But that was before she'd found herself in a world of god-awful concrete slabs bathed in the stench of sewage. All around her, skyscrapers closed in like giant, menacing walls. She had no idea how her brother could live in such an impersonal place. Not only was the city ugly and devoid of living greenery, but no one, absolutely no one, smiled. If anyone was happy to be there, they hid it well. She found the pickle aisle, but not the jalapenos. After an interminable search, serenaded by the screaming cereal kid parked one aisle over, she spied them on the bottom shelf. Perhaps the day could be saved after all. She knelt down in front of her shopping cart and touched heaven. Then something exploded overhead. She ducked, for what good it did, because explosions had a way of triggering that instinct in a person. Then she realized the source of the noise. The corner of her shopping cart had inexplicably rammed the upper shelf of pickle jars, sending several crashing to the floor in a smattering of broken glass and mutated cucumbers. And as she crouched there, clutching her hard-won jalapenos, she realized to her dismay that the front of her white t-shirt was soaked in pickle juice. Cold pickle juice. She really should have worn a bra.
"Are you okay?"
She looked toward the sound of the voice and, to her horror, found it belonged to absolute hotness. The man was utter devastation in well-worn jeans and a shirt that looked like it would have to be clawed off. Not that it was tight, but rather it fell against him just so to make no secret of the fact that the dude was ripped. His biceps made a joke of his shirt sleeves, and despite the way he leaned over her, his abs remained resolutely flat against what she could see of his waistband beneath the fabric. His jaw, requisitely square, hosted just enough stubble to promise delirium-inducing friction. Which was beyond okay, because sensual lips promised to soothe every ache. He also had the greenest eyes she'd ever seen, positively electric in their intensity. They focused on her. Her and her pickle-juiced nipples. Old man Nutsack would just love this. Tall, blonde, and tousled, reached for her. When he touched her hand, he set off an explosion that she could practically see reflecting in his green eyes.
"I'm sorry,"
he said.
"I didn't see you down there. Under your shopping cart."
She let him help her to her feet, still struck mute by his ridiculously good looks. He seemed vaguely familiar, although, considering how recently she'd arrived in the city and her general avoidance of eye contact with strangers, she couldn't imagine from where.
"So, you're okay?"
His expression suggested he'd already formed an opinion on that particular topic, but if he had, he let it go. Probably safer that way. Fine. Just, chilly. Brilliant. The response just screamed, "Look at my nipples." And of course, he did. Long enough to heat her up, but not long enough for her nips to get the memo.
"If you're sure,"
he said, perhaps a bit cautiously.
"I didn't see you,"
he repeated.
"I'm not sure how I missed the shopping cart."
I think the evidence indicates you absolutely did.